right.
Good morning, CSL family. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're going to start
morning,
as
good
we always
morning.
do with our opening song, which is Spirit is in this place. So let's all stand up and make a joyful noise. Here we go.
We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. We have come here arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. It is in this, Spirit is in this place.
Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place.
Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place.
Raise the room with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place.
Come on, y'all.
Raise the room with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place.
What?
Raise the room with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place.
Good morning, CSL. Hello, hello. How is everybody today? Awesome. Good morning. So, my name is Ferdinand Cabrera, and I am one of the practitioners here at CSL. And this year, I got an interesting prayer request, and it goes like that. Dr. Ferd, please ask God for 2023, I want a thick bank account and a thin body. Please let him know, do not confuse them like he did last year. Right? So it's interesting to see how some people still believe that God is out there when we all know that. So thank you for joining us here in person. And as a reminder, you can visit us anytime that you cannot be here in the platforms that we have, either Facebook, YouTube, and the CSLFTL.org, and select their live stream. If you are a first member here, we are glad that you're here. We have a gift for you. If you haven't had the chance to fill out the visitor card, please stop by the services desk to complete one. Let us know how you found us, your name and email, and we will give you a beautiful gift, a set of Malabis from Bali that you can use during your meditation practice or wear them anywhere. For those watching us online and you are the first time seeing us online, please click in the button that says Contact Us and tap to complete a form of inquiry form. So let us know where you are, and you can tell us also who we are and what we're here for. Also know that you can follow us in Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, not TikTok, okay? We love you to share your posts with other followers and friends. At CSL, we have a mission and intention statement that says who we are and how we want to show in the world. Please join me up and we'll say it together. And afterwards, please greet your neighbor with a hello, handshake, or namaste. keeping in mind that some still are practicing social distancing. So, CSL, who are we? We are a diverse spiritual community dedicated to personal growth, healing, and service.
Couldn't seem to fall asleep. There was so much on my mind, searching for that peace, but the peace I could not find. So then I knelt down to pray, praying, help me please. Then I heard you don't have to cry, 'cause I'll supply all your needs as soon as I stop worrying how the story ends. When I let go and I let God have His way. That's when things start happening. When I stop looking at back then. When I let go and I let God have His way. There's so much going on. Sometimes I can't find my way. And oftentimes I struggle from day to day. I have to realize that it's not my battle. It's not my battle to fight. I have to know if I put it in God's hands that everything will be all right soon as I stop worrying how the story ends. When I let go and I let God have His way. That's when things start happening. When I stop looking at back then. I let go and I let God have His. Let go and let God. Let go and let God. Let go, let God. Oh, let go and let God. Let go and let God. My brother, let go and let God. My sister, you can't handle it. Let God. Whoa, 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 let go and let God. Say it with me. Say let go and let God. Let go and let God. Oh, let
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yeah. I don't think it's 2. 1 2 1 2 1 2. 1 2. God's calling. 1 2 1 2 1 2. 1 2. I'm on. 1 2 1 2. I got a lot to say. Wait, so you can hear me. What? Use the presider mic. 1 2. Okay. See, when I pick up this mic, it's time to sing something. All right. Good morning, CSL. I am Rev Skip Jennings, and I'm your senior minister, spiritual director here, and I welcome you into this space. Is life good? Look at the person next to you and tell them life is good. Look at the other person next to him and say, life is good. That is our affirmation. And when we say it as a community, it magnifies, it expands. It is my honor to welcome you into this space. Welcome. Happy Sunday. If you are brand new in this community, your first time, I just want you to stand up so we can give you a beautiful welcome, a CSL welcome. Stand up. Stand up. Yes. 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 Welcome. Stay up, stay up, stay up. Keep standing. Keep standing. Stay up. All right, we have something we like to do in this community. We like to give you a blessing. Hey, CSL, take your hands and point them to one of our new timers here. And just repeat after me. Welcome to CSL. We know who you are. You are the divine emanation of. You are blessed and a blessing. You have so much gifts to give. And we thank God for you. Welcome to CSL. You're welcome. You're welcome. Take that blessing with you. And also, you have a gift waiting for you. If you did not get your gift, I want you to make sure you stop at our front desk, and I want you to pick up your mala beads and sign the card so we can stay in contact with you. All right. I am so grateful. This is the time of the service that we do something called the mindfulness practice, and I want to welcome one of my dear friends up to this podium right now to give us our reading of the day. Come on up, Miss Jeannie Looper-Smith.
Thank you, Reverend Skip. Good morning, CSL family. I am Jeannie Looper-Smith, and in a minute, I'm going to read a couple of excerpts from 365 Science of Mind, a year of daily wisdom from one of our favorite New Thought teachers, Ernest Holmes, who in life was small but mighty. We're just a week into 2023. Don't want our New Year's intentions circling the drain already. So let's do what Ernest Holmes invites us to do. Let's be open at the top and experience change and creativity and newness in our lives. Since this is a New Thought teaching, let's have some new thoughts. Let's close our eyes and know this together. We are grateful that it is our natural state of mind to be filled with inspiration and to create beyond our imaginations. We know that we are never stuck, that with each new thought we launch, we create something new. We acknowledge that it can be easy. We have the capacity to think, and to think in a new and different way. We recognize and allow the creative flow of spirit to unfold in each present moment. We are open to receive insights and guidance for what's next for us. Intelligence is expressing uniquely as each one of us, as we open to its flow. So, we freely allow thoughts of inspiration to flow through us and to us. And in this new year, and with newfound inspiration, we release our desires, and we release the "how will it happen" questions into a loving universe, knowing that what we send out comes back with a beautiful bang. And so it is. Today's selected reading comes from 365 Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. The readings are titled New Year's Day, and my thought is inspired by the Most High. And these can be found on pages 6 and 13. New Year's Day, I enter into a newness of life. I create new heavens and a new earth. Isaiah 65:17. We have been given the ability to initiate a new chain of causation. There is but one mind, and we use it. The laws of nature are universal, but our use of them is individual and personal. Our thought is operated on by a universal creativity that is infinite in its capacity to accomplish. Thus, in taking thought, we do not force anything. We merely decide what thought to follow, knowing that the result is automatic. Spirit is forever unfolding its own nature. In the physical universe, it does so independently of our thought. In our personal lives, it must do its renewing activity through our thinking. To the degree that our thinking accords with the original nature, the same harmony will operate in our affairs that already operates in the larger world that we experience but neither control nor create. Everything is continually being recreated. Spirit is forever making all things new. Today is the time to prove to ourselves that it knows how to bring the right things to pass for us. Let us confidently affirm the divine presence and actually believe it is guiding us as we consciously bring a problem we are facing into our thought. Not as a problem, but as though we were receiving the answer, saying, I believe that divine intelligence, which is the mind of God, is guiding, guarding, and directing my thoughts and actions. I believe that God already knows the answer to this problem. Therefore, I am letting go of the problem and I am listening to the answer as though it were sure. The answer to this problem exists in the mind of God and is revealed to my mind now. Something in me does know what to do. I joyfully accept its guidance. I am open to new ideas, new hopes, new aspirations. This, which so recently seemed a problem, no longer exists. For the mind of God, which knows the answer, is quietly flowing through my thought and feeling. Great peace and joy overcome me as I accept this answer from the giver of all life. And now my thought is inspired by the Most High. We should believe that God, Spirit, is the invisible partner in our lives and affirm that divine love goes before us and prepares the way. We should permit ourselves to be guided, for there is something within us, deep at the center of our being, which knows what we ought to do and how we ought to do it. I am listening to the divine presence and permitting it to direct my path. Thoughts and ideas will come to me, and I shall be led to follow through with them in my everyday life. I shall be impelled into right action. I know how to meet every situation in calm trust and with the complete conviction that divine intelligence is guiding me. I wish to do only that which is constructive and life-giving. Therefore, I know that everything I do will prosper. Everything I touch will be quickened into a newness of life and action. Every constructive purpose in my life will be fulfilled. I have a deep sense of inner calm, a complete assurance all is well. The same intelligence that governs the planets in their course is now acting as a law of good in my personal experience and in the experiences of everyone around me. I do thank Spirit for this increase that is mine. I do accept divine guidance. I do believe that I am in silent partnership with all the power, all the presence, and all the love there is. I place my life entirely and completely under the protection and guidance of this power, and I rest in complete assurance that everything I do will prosper. And so it is.
Okay, so here in CSL, we have different activities that will help you find the tools to find your enlightenment and to bring to practice all what we know in our mind. But the only way we can do that is we step by step take the tools. So this is what we do here. Many activities in CSL. For more information, please register or go to a cslftl.org app or the CSL app. We also have licensed practitioners that were the purpose told. So please, all licensed practitioners stand. These are the people, these are my people. And when you have a moment, people, we can pray for you and we can lift your heart, the heavy heart that you might have, and give you a different perspective, and also release all that to God that knows all the answers and will bring the solution and the healing that you need. We also have a youth department that is growing and thriving. So if you like to bring your children to our center to learn the spiritual principles while we're in the sanctuary, please, this is the right time. Also, namaste to all my friends. You are invited for flow meditation and gentle yoga twice a week in the sanctuary, Wednesdays at 7:30 and Fridays at 12 p.m. The suggested donation is $10. This Tuesday also begins the 2 week of health and fitness as a spiritual practice. Join Rev Skip to jumpstart the new year, mindfulness, music, and movement. There will be gentle yoga movement every week, so wear comfortable clothing and come willing to elevate your life. Everybody is welcome to play in spirit, in person here at CSL or via Zoom, and the suggested cost is $99. After the service on January 22nd, here at CSL, we're having a workshop. It's named Consciousness Leadership, led by CSL member Norby Bells. Jerry, please play the video.
This is Norby Bells, and I'm excited to be coming back in January to offer another course called Rediscovering the Conscious Leader Within. Before you tune out by saying, oh, I don't do leadership or leadership's not for me, I want to explain something. In all the work I do with organizations and teams and leaders, what I've discovered is there's a model which I call conscious leadership. And that conscious leadership model is applicable to everyone and everything. Because maybe we don't lead in an organization, but we may lead within a group of friends. We may lead at home in our own families. We may also lead in this community or are going to lead in this community of CSL or some other community. The conscious leadership model that I've discovered really puts into place the importance about who we are as people, how we interact with others, and how we get things done. It's really a transformational. So come join me Sunday, January 22nd after CSL service from 12 to 1:30, either in person at CSL in Fort Lauderdale or from the comfort of your own home via Zoom.
Once again, good morning, CSL family. Our beloved Maylene was a little under the weather last week, but we prayed for her and she's back this week.
I'm back, y'all. I'm back, y'all.
So please make welcome the very beautiful and talented Maylene Sofrey.
Listen to the song here in my heart, a melody I start and complete. Listen to the sound from deep within. It's only beginning to find release. Oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard. They will not be pushed aside or worse. Been to your own, all 'cause you won't listen. I am alone at a crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home, and I try to say what's mine. You should have known. Oh, now I'm done believing you. You don't know what I'm feeling. I'm more than what you made of me. I followed the voice you gave to me, and now I've gotta find my own. You should have listened. There is someone here inside, someone I thought had died so long ago. Oh, I'm screaming out, and my dreams will be heard. They will not be pushed aside or worse. Been to your own, all 'cause you won't listen. I am alone at a crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home, and I tried to on my mind. You should have known. Oh, now I'm done believing you. You don't know what I'm feeling. I'm more than what
Wow. Wow, wow. That was absolutely beautiful. Am I on? Am I going to use this mic here, Jerry? Okay, I'm going to use this mic today. Let's just take a breath here. And what a beautiful prayer. If we would just listen. Thank you, Maylene. Thank you so much. Happy New Year is what we normally say, but I was talking to my friend Ricky Byers this week, and she said, why are we always saying Happy New Year? Why can't it be a happy all year? Let's look at everyone right now and say Happy all year. And our theme of the month is setting new intentions. And when we're setting new intentions, we got to release what no longer serves. We talked about that last week. We release our stories that we keep telling ourselves over and over and over again, and they become our blocks. So now we're going to release our blocks this year so we can embrace the glory, the newness of spirit, the newness of God. And we've been using that hashtag, and I've been watching y'all on social media using that hashtag, free in 23. And we talked about that last week. What does it mean to be free in 23? We have to realize of what we're being free to do. So I was looking for a story that I wanted to start off with, and I was looking for something inspirational, and I came across this video that I actually was in the room at Agape International Spiritual Center when Lisa Nichols came up and did the most inspiring kind of invitation. So I thought I would play that for you today. Hey, Jerry, let's play the video.
It's a life of hustle and survival. I remember when my ninth grade teacher asked me, Lisa, what do you want to be when you grow up? And see, I have to fight the Harlem Crip 30s every day to get home from school, so I looked at her and said, alive. I took an English class. I got a fail in English. And my English teacher said in front of the entire class, Lisa, you have to be the weakest writer I've ever met in my entire life. Don't worry, my story ends good. Don't feel sorry for me. I got 7 under my belt. And then the same year, my speech teacher said, after giving me a D-, I knew I had an A in speech. Like, come on. He obviously didn't agree with me. He gave me a D- and said, quote unquote, Miss Nichols, I recommend you never speak in public, that you get a desk job. So here's the beauty of that story. Other people's perception of you ain't none of your business. Everything you've ever been through, sat through, rose through, cried through, prayed through, everything is a setup for your next best season. And the way you forgive the perceivingly unforgivable, the way you love the perceivingly unlovable, the way you accept what seems to be unacceptable, the way you embrace after you've been betrayed, the way you do that is the way you will lead us. Your light belongs to everyone who'll be illuminated because you were bold enough and obedient enough to let your light shine. Yes, 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 yes. And every time you cross someone's path and they can't handle your light, you know those people that they try to give you reasons why you should tone it down a bit. That they would tell Cheryl not to sing so loud. Right, right, right. They would tell me to shut up in class. They tell you you're kind of strange. You know those people. Dream snatchers, vision busters. Don't be mad at them. They can only love you to the capacity in which they're able to love themselves. Don't be mad at them. Don't be mad at them. Pray, love them, because they're dealing with themselves like we're dealing with us. But you to remember that your 70 watts has to be turned way up, because you got way more to give us. It ain't over yet. Don't put a period where God put a comma. And when you turn it up to 159 watts, you know, you keep turning it up. You stop dimming your light. You say, today is the first day of the rest of my life. You turn it up. You're going to find people that can't handle your light. And before today, you might have dimmed your light. You might have shrunk a little bit. You might have tempered it down a little bit. But after today, I want you to see this. After today, turn the lights up. After today, you don't dare dim your light. As your light gets brighter, you're going to disrupt some people, and they're going to tell you your light's too bright, your light's too bright, your light's too bright, your light's too bright. Then you just look at them and say, well, I'm not dimming my light. I'm just gonna hand you some shades.
Yes. Give them some shades, y'all. Give them some shades. You know, last week I was saying that we're not here to play small anymore, people. We're here to change this planet. That's why we are here. We can no longer be in a box. And the only way we can get from that place where Lisa Nichols was talking about, where her teacher told her, don't speak in public, don't write books, the only way we can get to that point of glory, that we have to be able to tap into our divine intuition, our divine spirit. And today we're talking about being inspired and guided by spirit. And what I call that is your GPS. Now, we all know what the guidance position system is, and some of y'all have partners that wish y'all would use that GPS even more often to get to the places where you need to be. But the God I'm talking about, or the GPS I'm talking about, is a God-powered system. See, it only works if you turn it on. And when we think about that, we think about God. The God I'm talking about is universe. I'm talking about spirit. I'm talking about love. I am not talking about a God that's sitting on a mountain somewhere shelling out gifts if you are good. I'm talking about the God that lives within you, the God that has created all things. And when we look at the word powered means to control or authority, the influence, the energy that makes something work. And when we look at the system is us. The system is a set of principles and procedures. It is also the interconnective work of a network. When we look at the word inspired, we go to the Latin word inspirati, which means to rise up, to announce, to awaken, to move, to affect, to share, to stir up, to change. The metaphysical meaning of inspiration means in spirit. And when we look at the word guided, we look at that word of directed, to be led, to receive direction. And we look at the metaphysical word of guided means to surrender, surrender to something that's greater than the experience that you're having. Here's what Ernest Holmes talks about. Ernest Holmes says this, and Jeannie read that, and I love this reading. It says that we should believe that God is an invisible partner in our lives and affirm that divine love goes before us, prepares the way. We should permit ourselves to be guided, for there is something, the big S, within us, deep at the core of our being, which knows what we ought to do and how we ought to do it. We need to tap into that energy that knows exactly every step that we need to take. So today we have 3 questions I want you to contemplate. Number 1, what is that GPS that lives within you? How does it work? And how can we access that GPS? So when I was in ministerial school, I had this time in this space in my consciousness, and we were going up and down, myself and Reverend Tina. There was the stops and the starts, and there was a place where I just said, you know, Rev, talking to Michael Beck, I don't want to become a minister. I don't have to become a minister to do what I need to do. And Michael said to me, you need to complete because you've been called. So I went to our dean of the university and I said, you know, Reverend Cheryl, I don't know. I don't know if I want to stay in there. Reverend Cheryl said, do you know God? And I said, yes, I know God. She said to me, you might not know, but you know the knower who knows. That is when we get to dive in, we get to connect with the energy that knows, and that's God. So what is the GPS that we're talking about? I'm calling it divine intuition. I'm talking about understanding without reason. Sometimes you don't know why something is working, but you know it is working. Hey, Jerry, let's take the slide, please. It is a hunch. It is a feeling. It is an inner knowing. It is the place that comes to you automatically. We understand immediately and sometimes not, but we do begin to understand. It's what I call the spiritual insight, inner vision. I used to write for a magazine every month called Inner Vision, and it's where a practitioner and a Minister would have their insight around any situation. They would have what is known that aha moment. Thank you, Oprah Winfrey. It's the understanding. It is the spiritual download. And this GPS lives within all of us, but we have to turn it on. It's connected to the universe, and so are we. So when we get those divine downloads, it's not coming outside of ourselves, it's coming through us and as us. As Ernest Holmes says, it's deep at the center of our core, and it's always working for our highest good. If we can believe that, we will tap into the divine even more. It is always working for our highest good. It goes before us to make a way. And I'm very clear, if you have a hard conversation that you have to have with someone, send love ahead. If you have a job interview that you're going to, send love ahead, send God ahead, because it makes the way ease, the ease of grace. How do we have this energy work within us? How does this GPS work? Number one, it gives us authority. It gives us the ability, the energy, and the confidence to step up in front of people, the spirit of right action. It has us in this energy and action to do the right thing. And in the metaphysical teaching, if you look at righteousness, it actually means right action. It gives us a lesson to learn. If we're open to understanding these lessons, this GPS is exactly what we need to learn. It answers those big questions like, why am I here? What am I here for? What is my purpose? It also answers those small questions. I was in Publix the other day, and I'm now on this cleanse, and I'm like eating really good food, and I'm eating more fish than the red meat, and I'm sitting there walking through Publix, I'm going, I don't know what I need to eat. And in that moment, I just said a little prayer, God, tell me, what am I supposed to eat here? And I heard, well, you love sea bass. So I got the sea bass, and it was the most amazing sea bass ever. So we can count on those answers being asked and to be answered. It is the power to heal relationships. This GPS will give you the power to step forth and say, I need to make an amends to you. Or it has the power to heal our broken hearts. It allows us to activate the yes. And if you were here yesterday at the retreat, I love y'all. That retreat was amazing. We had 50 people, including myself, 51 people here retreating. And we were doing yoga, and we did meditation, we did qigong, and we did a walking meditation. This place was on fire. If you were here, stand up. If you were here, stand up. Yes. And this is what I said to those that were here. The vibration that we elevated, it's a ripple effect that is felt throughout the whole entire community. So they showed up for y'all. They showed up for y'all. But your yes is what I use as an acronym, says you expressing spirit. When you are tapping into your gifts and your talents, you're expressing spirit. That is your yes. It is your inspiration to be great. And I look at Lisa Nichols, I look at Ricky Byers, I look at Michael Beckwith, I look at Chris Michaels. I'm going, they're tapping into something great that's beyond their little self. It gives us the permission to be great. Are you willing to be great? And if you are, tap into your GPS. So how do we access the GPS? Like Maylene just tapped into that song, sister. We had a little conversation. I was like, you just do you, boo. You just do you. Tap into the God within you. So how do we access it? Here's what Ernest Holmes says about accessing that GPS. He says this: I do accept divine guidance. I do believe that I am in silent partnership with all the power, all the presence, and all the love there is. I place my life entirely, not partially, entirely and completely under the protection and guidance of this power, and rest in a complete assurance that everything I do will prosper. See, we have to allow this and accept that that is our divine truth. So how do we access it? You simply turn it on. How do we turn it on? spiritual practices. The word tells us that we can only connect with spirit through spiritual practices. And what are our spiritual practices? The mother lode of all spiritual practices for me, y'all, is meditation. And y'all, we do a 10 o'clock meditation every Sunday. If you're not getting your meditation on, you're missing the staple of this movement. It is meditation. Come to meditation next Sunday, y'all, 10 o'clock. It's good stuff. We have great practitioners that are facilitating great meditations. Do not miss out. But the other spiritual practices that we need to think about is prayer, affirmative prayer. I'm not talking about asking or beseeching God to give me anything because it's already within me, already within you. This is an affirmative prayer. We affirm the truth. Sacred study, service, coming in here in fellowship. These are all the things that activate our GPS. How do we access it? How do we activate it? I'm a Reiki master, and something we go through when we go through our Reiki training is called the attunements. And the attunement simply means this, to bring in harmony with the energy that heals. So when we bring into harmony that energy of God within us, we're doing our own spiritual attunement. We must attune and bring into harmony, and that is from our consciousness. We have to tune into the frequency. I always say that God is always giving a beautiful song out there. It's a frequency. It's like the radio. You got to turn it in. You got to turn it up. And I just aged myself talking about the radio. Really, I'm sitting there looking. I just became my father, y'all. Let me tune into the radio. But we have to tune ourselves into the frequency that is being put out there. We must turn on that power. And then there's a part of the surrender. This is the part that I think we need to work on. We must surrender to this power that God is or God isn't. I believe that God is. I remember a story that my best friend was going through something, and he was at Agape, and he went up to Akili Beckwith, and Akili Beckwith is a talented, inspiring practitioner, Michael Beckwith's brother. And Bill went up and said, you know, I'm going through this. And Keely says, well, you either believe that God is or you believe that God isn't. See, I believe there is no half-stepping. When we surrender, we fully know that God is. Another part of the surrender is we got to release control. We have to release the control of the outcome of my microphone. Got to release control of that. Got to let go of it. And let go of the attachment. See, here's what I believe, that this energy right in me right now is teaching me a lesson. Because I'm really at the part of attachments. So here's what I want you to know, that when we decide to tap into this energy, it will always guide us. It will always protect us. It will always give us the right thing to say at the right time. I got this book when I graduated from ministerial school from one of my teachers. And this book I love this book. It's called The Psalms for Praying, an Invitation to Wholeness. And it's by Nancy Merrill. Nancy Merrill is a nun, but she's a New Thought nun. She loves her homes and she teaches that. And she wrote this book, and she took the Psalms and she created a way that is possible for us today. My favorite Psalms is the 23rd Psalms. And this is what I want you to do. I just want you to close your eyes and just listen to this. Just listen, as Maylene would say. Oh, beloved, you are my shepherd. I shall not want. You bring me to the green pastures for rest and lead me beside the still waters, renewing my spirit. You restore my soul. You lead me in the path of goodness to follow love's way. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I am not afraid. For you are ever with me. Your rod, your staff, they guide me. They give me strength and comfort. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my fears. You bless me with oil. My cup overflows. Surely the goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life. And I should dwell in the heart of the beloved forever. See, when we trust God, God will lead us to the still waters. And when the ocean is raging, we need a little stillness in our life. We must go to the green pastures so that we may restore our soul. And God will lead you to sit down at the table of all your fears and give you the anointing of the oil. The oil is the anointing of your life. It's my favorite part here. And I shall dwell in the heart of the beloved forever and ever and ever. You're connected to this incredible power that lives within you, that wants you to have everything and wants you to know that you are everything. Do you believe you have a GPS inside of you today? I don't believe that. Do you believe you have a GPS inside of you today? Do you believe it works for your highest good? Will you turn it on? Will you turn it on? Will you turn it on? Then my job is done, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. This is a time in our service that we do our giving. This is a time that we have this circulation, law of circulation, time of giving. And if this message spoke to you, I hope you're going to support our community. See, we require your 3 T's, your time, your talents, and your treasure. We are a growing community, and this is a time that we get to pass the basket here and get to give at home. If you're at home and you want to give, go to our website, cslftl.org, and hit the give button. Also, on the app, you can hit the give button. If you don't have the app, please download it. I want to give a big shout out to our TPL members. We're so grateful for you. Our TPL is our auto tithe that we do in this community that we give on a monthly basis, continuous. If you're thinking about joining the TPL, then you should. You can find out more information out in the lobby on how you can become a TPL member. So I'm going to ask all our ushers to come up, please. And we're going to pass the basket in the house, so come on up. Thank you. Let's take a moment and let's bless our offering. Let's go within. So I'm so grateful for this community. I'm so grateful for CSL as a whole. I'm so grateful that we get to tell the story of love and we get to be in this community of fellowship every Sunday. I'm so grateful that we get to share this love with the world globally, knowing that there's only one power, one presence, and one mind that is happening right here and right now. And today is the day that we get to celebrate. We get to know that all our needs are met. We get to give from our hearts. And as we give, we shall receive. I give thanks, and I simply allow it to be. And so it is. Amen. Go out and multiply. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks
For all my blessings, God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I
song that we do quite often. It used to be one of our opening songs. It's called I Release and I Let Go. So if you know it, please sing along with us.
Sing along with us, yes. There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit guide my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit guide my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit guide my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for no more struggle, no more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for love. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit guide my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for love. No more struggle, no more strife. My faith I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Only here for God. Let's connect. Let's take this moment to go into our meditative state and our practice. Sometimes you are trying to find your way. Sometimes your path seems very dark. When I said yesterday in the retreat, I don't care how you got here. You might have got here because of pain, because of a heartbreak, because of an experience of lack and limitation. It doesn't matter, because the pain pushed you. Now it's time to allow the vision to pull you to your new self, to be free in 23. See, the meditation is all about our undistracted reality, our undistracted attention to reality. It allows us to really see who and what we are. Meditation will change your life. So today we're going to go into a place where we can remember Love is our shepherd. Love is our guide. Love is our life. I invite you to go within. Let's take a moment just to breathe and listen.
Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day. God is all around me. Every day, every day, every day, every day. God is all around me and through me. As me. In and through me. As me.
God is all around me. Let's take a moment just to remember that God is all around you, in you, as you. As God works for your highest good, always. It will give you the strength to do everything. It will give you a new awakening to who you really are. So I invite you to surrender to this space that God is, love is, joy is, oneness is. Tune into the frequency of life, reality, with the big R. Let's take a moment and let's go within. How sweet and divine it is to be by the still waters. When the ocean of life is flowing and its massive waves, we can always return back to the still waters. When the sea is raging, we can always turn back to the quietness. There's a time that we surrender to this energy vibration that's within us. And remembering that it works for our highest good no matter what the appearances are. It is always working for our highest good. It is a time that we tap into our own personal spiritual attunements to bring into harmony, to tune into the frequency, to remember. This is the moment, right here, right now, to allow yourself to remember God is all around us.
Every day, every day, every day, every day.
Ooh,
Every day, every day, every day, every day.
so it is. And I'm thankful. So it is.
God is all around me. CSL together, let's collectively do our Om. Take a deep breath in. Release your breath. Inhale for the Om. Inhale. That was a beautiful Om. And so it is. So it is. Oh, CSL, thank you. Thank you for coming out. Listen, we have a lot of things that are going on as been ready, so make sure you check our website and the front desk. We have some information about all the wonderful things. And next Sunday, come back and bring a friend. Bring your friend. Next Sunday, we're going to be tapping into Martin Luther King's birthday. Yeah, we're going to celebrate King's birthday and the legacy of Dr. King. We're also going to be talking about the power of intention from Wayne Dyer. So we're bringing Wayne Dyer, two of my favorite people in the world, well, in the universe, Wayne and Martin Luther King. So it's going to be a wonderful service. So I want to welcome you and tell you to come back and bring a friend. I think we're there. We're at the end of the service. So let's grab our affirmation and let's do it together. And let's just remember. Let's stand up. Let's stand up. We stand to our feet. We stand in our glory. That's what we do. All right, here we go. My consciousness is elevated with my intentions. I am inspired and divinely guided by Spirit. And so it is. Amen. Yes. So let's remember this. I know that there's only one power, one presence, and that is the divine universe. That is it. It resides as us. It lives within us. There is no place that this love does not energize and lives. So I give thanks for this time. I give thanks for this life. I give thanks for this community. I am so grateful that we get to take this message out into the world and allow all this to be from how we live. I give thanks and I simply allow it to be. And so it is. Amen. And please remain for our final song, This Is My Wish.
I wish for the world that peace will find its way to every boy and girl. This is the time for harmony. Let love be the song that everybody sings. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Peace on earth. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Peace on earth. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth.
Happy Sunday, CSL.
Have a wonderful week.
Thank you for taking part in today's live stream. Your participation means so much to us. Remember, there's several ways to give. Click on the donate button here on Facebook or donate at our homepage, cslftl.org. There's also a regular giving program called TPL, where you can set up a monthly contribution. You'll find details on our webpage, cslftl.org. Here's a great way to stay in touch with CSL Center for Spiritual Living. Our brand new app is available in the App Store under Center for Spiritual Living, FL, and that's Florida. Stay in touch, and thank you again for participating in our live stream. We'll see you soon.